Hey, welcome, good evening to an episode of Magnet Mad Mum and Dad with a little bit of a difference. Um, yeah, 1 week today is the event we all know as a Battle of the Sexes. It is run by the Outcast, and this year it's been hosted by me, myself, Lindsay, and Jess, Tom, Leah, Steve, and you know what? Many others, because we're all part of the same team, so we're all doing it. You know, you're all giving donations, you're all giving money, items, and so on. So, you know what? Big pat on the back for all of us. So, yeah, it's going to be a great time. And you know what? By the time you see this video, we're on nearly £1,400. And that's come from you guys. I mean, we're the catalyst, maybe, or the channel to get the money and donations, but it's you, the people, that have done this. And you know what? If you're not proud of yourself, we're proud of you. So thank you very much. So going on to what the money is raised for. This year it's for Bowel Cancer UK. I personally have lost a daughter to Bowel Cancer UK. She was 30 years old. She had two lovely children, and my ex-wife has brought them up really well. They're enjoying life to the full. You know, and it's about having that family network, family and friends around you. But as well as the money being used to help people in stage 4 of cancer, the money can also go to help families, to help them find some kind of normality, get back to some kind of normality. I mean, you're never the person you was before. And you know, my daughter Katie, she, like I say, she left two children behind, and she accommodated for them the best she could. She left a brother, a sister, a stepsister, and a stepbrother, and multi nephews and nieces, and of course her mum, a stepdad, me, and a stepmom, Lindsay. So you know, it goes to help them as well. So on that score, we're going to show you a video, if you don't mind. Try not to just flick through, listen to the story. This is a person who is surviving, and to say that they've been through the mill is an understatement. It really is. But you know, the money goes to help people like this get through. It helps with the research to try and, you know, conquer this horrible disease, and it helps make that quality of life that bit better. It pays for equipment, stoma bags, chemotherapy, all that kind of thing. So please watch this video, and after the video of this gentleman's story, there will be a short video on 5 things to look out for, signs of possible bowel cancer. Don't watch it for me, watch it for you, because if you can help one person that watches the video, then you know, that's job done. So on from there. Thank you for joining us, and if you're going to Battle of the Sexes, we'll see you next week. Love you all.
Hi, I'm Martin Whitlock. I'm 58 years old, soon to be 59. This is my cancer story. Back in 2015, just after I'd retired with 46 years of police service, I was diagnosed with rectal cancer. How did they discover it? Through the poo test, which in those days started at 60 years old. I'd like to say I was part of the campaign that reduced that age to 50 years old. My surgery came very quickly after I'd retired. I was about 8 weeks. A lot of my plans were put on hold from my retirement, and things didn't go really smoothly, I suppose. I had a pretty torrid time of it in hospital. The surgery affected me badly. I found I was allergic to morphine, had hallucinations, and the surgery was quite painful, to be quite honest. But after 3.5 weeks, I was discharged from hospital and came home to recuperate. I have a permanent stoma, and believe it or not, I'm living with it all right. I was the last person on earth that could have lived with that sort of thing, I suppose. When I look back, I found it hard to change a baby's nappy, to be quite honest. But there we go. I've got this stoma now, and it's 7 years on, and I'm living with it quite well. After my surgery, and I'd recovered from the surgery, I was put on a course of chemotherapy. That didn't go well either. After the second dose of chemo, I had a pulmonary embolism, rushed back into hospital, a few days in hospital, back out again, recovered reasonably well. And then Christmas 2015, back in hospital with pneumonia. They stopped the chemotherapy there and then. I'd only had 4 courses out of 8. I wanted to recover again. Then started my 5 years of follow-up and scans and blood tests and things like that. Got to 2019 and they found I had a secondary on my lung. So back into hospital in London this time, more surgery to remove part of my lung. Again, successful. Started the 5 years of what they call scans and blood tests again, and to date I'm still cancer free. So every day is a good day at the moment. In between 2015 and 2019 I managed to collect 2 parastomal hernias, both which were operated on. The second time in 2019, just before my lung surgery, I had to have my stoma moved from one side of my body to the other. Again, pretty painful. And at this time I realised things were really getting on top of me. All the surgery and everything had built up. I'll be quite honest, I was suffering mentally. There were days I didn't want to get up, didn't want to get out of bed. I used to go to bed at night hoping I wasn't going to wake up in the morning, to be quite honest. My doctor was very, very good and referred me to some counselling. I had a period of counselling just before the pandemic started, about 12 weeks before the pandemic really got going. I had a session every week with a very good counsellor and got to the bottom of all my troubles and set me on my way again. I'm not going to say it's cured me inside my head, but I'm more able to block things out and not think about them, which before my counselling, it troubled me knowing life is good. And I would urge everybody not to think just about the physical side of their cancer diagnosis, but the mental side. You need somebody to talk to, and it's not always good to talk to your family and nearest, although that helped me greatly throughout my treatments. I'm here today, and as one of my elderly neighbours said to me, every day you get out of bed and put 2 feet on the ground and can stand up, that's going to be a good day. And it makes me smile. He was 97 years old when he told me that. I still smile now when I think about that, and I get out of bed every day and put 2 feet on the ground and stand up. It's going to be a good day. Who knows what the future holds? Still having scans. Managed to get through the pandemic. I don't think I would have got through the pandemic if I hadn't had the counselling at the right time. Please, A, make sure all of you out there take the dreaded poo test, and B, the mental things in your head can be just as bad as the physical ones. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish everybody well.
Bowel cancer occurs in the large bowel, which is made up of the colon and rectum. It's also known as colorectal cancer. Bowel cancer is the fourth most common cancer in the UK. Nearly 43,000 people are diagnosed in the UK every year. The majority of people who are diagnosed with the disease are over 50. But it can affect people of all ages. Bowel cancer is also the second biggest cancer killer in the UK, with more than 16,500 people dying annually. But it shouldn't be this way, as the disease is treatable and curable, especially if diagnosed early. Do you know the most common symptoms of bowel cancer? Knowing them could help save your life. The most common symptoms of bowel cancer include bleeding from your bottom and/or blood in your poo, a persistent and unexplained change in bowel habit, unexplained weight loss, extreme tiredness for no obvious reason, a pain and/or lump in your tummy. If you have any of these symptoms, don't be embarrassed and don't ignore them. Make an appointment with your GP to talk about any concerns. Most people with these symptoms don't have bowel cancer, but if you have one or more, or if things don't feel right, visit your GP. We don't know what causes most bowel cancer cases. Scientists say that around half of bowel cancers are preventable through having a healthier lifestyle. This includes getting plenty of fiber in your diet, avoiding processed meat, and keeping yourself at a healthy weight. Increasing your physical activity is also a great idea. 9 out of 10 people diagnosed at the earliest stage will survive bowel cancer, but this drops significantly as the disease develops. At stage 4, only 1 in 10 will survive bowel cancer. That's why it's so important to visit your GP about any symptoms, and also to complete your bowel cancer screening test when invited to do so. Depending on where you live in the UK, between the ages of 50 to 60, you'll be sent your first bowel cancer screening test in the post. Bowel cancer screening aims to find signs of the disease early before any symptoms appear, when treatment has the best chance of working. The test is quick and easy to do in the privacy of your own home and requires you to collect a small sample of poo. After completing your test, place it in the return envelope and send it off. You'll receive your results through the post within a couple of weeks. Bowel Cancer UK is the UK's leading bowel cancer charity. We provide expert information and support for everyone affected by bowel cancer. We campaign for early diagnosis and access to best treatment and care across the UK. We support and fund targeted research and educate the public and healthcare professionals about the disease. Our vision is a future where nobody dies of bowel cancer. Our website provides a wide range of information and support, including publications that can be downloaded free of charge. You can also use our website to access our online forum and virtual peer support groups. And our experts can support you with any questions you have about bowel cancer. Bowel Cancer UK relies almost entirely on donations, and there are lots of ways you can help make sure our work reaches more people affected by bowel cancer. Join us. For more information, visit bowelcanceruk.org.uk.